everybody. Welcome back, Mickey. It's gonna be mostly myself, maybe, but I'm gonna talk to you guys about what happened at the end of last year, December 5th, and what we're going through right now. Is regarding my brother Alejandro. He is currently in the hospital in the neurocritical care unit, or the ICU. He's been there since the 17th. So what happened was on the December 5th, I was at an appointment with my son Andrew and with my sister Maggie. We went to see if I could enroll my son in preschool. We came home and my brother Alex was asleep, so I went to my room and stayed there for a while. He woke up and he went to my room and told me that he didn't remember what happened, and that he thinks that he fell and hit his head. He was bleeding from the side of his head. All right here was covered with blood. At that time it was around 12. So I decided to take him to the hospital. My sister went to work, and I was on my way to the hospital. And on the way there, my brother, in the back seat, he started what I know now, have a seizure. He was shaking and he flopped over the seat. He went to one side, and then he started shaking really, really bad. And then he made a really bad, he started to scream. At that point, I didn't know what to do, so I called 911. They told me to pull over. I did. And when I was going to pull over, my brother just took a deep breath. And I've never seen anybody with a seizure before. And I got scared. I didn't know what he was having, and I thought he was dead. So they told me to check on him. My son was crying because he was with me, because I had to take him with me. He was crying in the back seat. My brother was limp, and I didn't think he was breathing. I went to the back. When I pulled over, I went to the back, and he was breathing, but it wasn't breathing that much. The fire department came, an ambulance came, and they took him to the hospital. That was the first time we took him to the hospital. What they told us was, when we were there, about 2 hours later, he was discharged, and they said that he probably is just starting to develop a seizure disorder. They gave him some medicine, Keppra, so he could start taking it. And we came home, and he was okay for a few days, and then he started to feel worse. He couldn't walk, and he needed help getting up, and he needed help going to the bathroom, and he needed help standing. And we took him a week later. I took him to the hospital again, because at that point he couldn't get up, and he had another seizure. I took him to the hospital, and what they told us is that he needed to be referred to a neurologist, and that we needed to take him to his primary care doctor. We did. And we took him on a Sunday to the primary care doctor, and from there they sent us back to the hospital, because they said that if he wasn't getting better, he needed to go back to the hospital and get checked out there. I was the one that went with him, and my mom was there too. When we got there, they said that if he wasn't emergent, and then he was fine. That all he needed was to be seen by a neurologist. So at that point, he gotten worse. He started not getting strength in his legs. He couldn't walk. He was always on the bed, and we had to help him get up and go to the bathroom. We had to help him when he wanted to take a shower, we had to help him get undressed and get in the shower. And when he was done, we needed to help him get dressed. And then the neurologist told us that it was my brother choosing to act like that. But he was not. It was not up to him. He was not choosing to act like that. He did not want to act like that. But that was what the neurologist said. I slept with him the night before, and because I didn't want my mom to sleep with him, because I felt like he was lost and he didn't recognize us at that point. He didn't know who I was. He was calling me Dutch and saying that something about his horses and his people. So I decided to sleep with him and not my mom. On the 17th of December, I woke up because I think he had a nightmare, or he was confused and he didn't know where he was. I'm not sure, but he woke me up by punching me in the face and then grabbing my hand and biting me. I started screaming, and then I was saying, Alex, Alex, and he didn't respond at first, but when he realized that it was me, because he had like a moment of that where he realized it was me, he let go. And he did say that he thought that I had pinched him, but I didn't. And so I tried to calm him down, and then he went back to sleep. I stayed up for a while, but I went to sleep again. My mom went to work, and when I woke up, because I went to my room, and I left my brother by himself, thinking he would be fine. When I woke up, like around 7, my brother was on the floor in my mom's room. I tried to pick him up, but at that point he was he had high fever, and he was speaking nonsense, and I don't think he knew where he was or who we were. And I waited for a while, and he went to sleep, so I think he was fine. And in the following video, you will see how my brother was acting on December 17th, the day that I decided to take him to the hospital. I called my mom and to ask her if I could take him, and then I called 911 and took him to the hospital. This was a few hours before I called the ambulance. This is how he was acting. The last time we took him to the hospital was on the 17th of December. So I decided to call my mom and see what she wanted me to do. Like around 2 in the afternoon, I decided to call my mom again and ask her, and she told me to call the ambulance again, and somebody will come and pick up the kids, because at that time they were out on Christmas vacation. They came, they got him out of the place where he was on the floor in my mom's room, because I couldn't get him up. We took him to the hospital, and at that point we were there, and then the doctor in the ER told us that he had talked to his neurologist, which the neurologist had said to the doctor that it was all in my brother's head. My brother was making it all up. He was choosing to act that way. We were there for like a couple of hours before the doctor came and told us that he was going to get discharged, and then we had to take him home. I was there by myself with my brother, and I didn't know what to do. I knew I couldn't take him home because we couldn't help him anymore. And so I told him that no, I'm not taking him home, and he needs to stay here, and we need help. So he said that if we wanted him to get seen by a social worker to help us, then we had to wait until the next day. But he was officially discharged. They were just letting him stay in the ER. My mom got off work around 5, and she got into the hospital around 6. And the doctor explained to my mom again. My mom told the doctor the same thing. We're not taking him home. He needs to stay, and we need help. The doctor told her the same thing he told me. That if he is officially discharged, and if we want to wait, it has to be until the next morning, and so we could talk to a social worker. My mom said, okay, we were going to wait. We were there for about 6 more hours, around 2 in the morning on the 18th, where they saw that he is not faking it. He's not choosing to act like that. He had a very high fever. He was shaking and having several seizures that they didn't believe were seizures. If it wasn't for a nurse that was there with him, I don't know what would have happened. That nurse, she saw that he needed help. She went to a doctor that was there and asked the doctor to check him. The doctor checked him, and the doctor told us that no, he is going to be admitted. He needs help, and that we're going to help him. Around 3 in the morning, he got admitted. They put him in the room, and he got admitted, and he got put in the neuro critical care unit. Then now it's January the 13th of this month, and in a few days he will have been in the hospital for a month. About a week ago, or I don't really remember, I think it was a week ago, they told us that what he has is something called autoimmune encephalitis. That is very rare, and the only other person that I've known that has it is still in the neuro ICU with my brother. That patient has been there for 3 months, and we have talked to their family members, and it's looking like it's gonna be a long recovery road for my brother as well. We don't know why he got this. We don't know why. Most of the research that I have done says that there's always some kind of tumor, cancer, and then once they take it off, they slowly start to get better. The doctors checked, and he has no tumor, he has no cancer. There's nothing that they see that is the reason why he got this. So we don't know why he got this. We don't know if he's gonna recover from this, or how long it's gonna take for him to recover from this. The other patient's been there for 3 months, and there's some recovery process that has happened, but it's taking a long time. They told us about another patient that has the same thing, and he's already in another floor. They took him out of the neuro ICU, and he's talking, walking, and he was there only for a month. So it all depends on the person and the situation and how severe the disease is on that person. I've seen a movie on Netflix called Brain on Fire about a lady in New York. They had the same thing. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to expect. We're praying. We're hoping that my brother gets 100% the way he was before this happened. He is 18 years old. He's the baby out of the family, of the siblings. He's the baby. And he also has cerebral palsy. So we don't know if the cerebral palsy is going to affect him in any way, or it's going to take him longer to recover, or it's going to have no effect. We don't know. Right now it's a day by day thing. There's moments where he wakes up a little and he looks at you. There's other days where he opens his eyes, but he just stares at one spot and that's it. We talk to him. We let him know we're there. Usually I'm there every night, every day, as long as I can. And my sister and my mom, they go to work and they go when they can. The thing is, right now, we need help to better understand this, to see how long it's gonna take for my brother to recover. The doctors are telling us it's gonna be a long road, and it's gonna be a tough road, and that he's gonna have to learn how to do everything again. He's gonna have to learn how to talk. He's gonna have to learn how to walk. He's gonna have to learn how to write. Everything. He's gonna have to learn everything again. But all we need is time for him to get better. Everything is focused on my brother. To my niece, her name Anaí, she's actually 6. She says that my brother Alex is her daddy. All she wants is her daddy to come home and be healthy. All we want is my brother to come home and be healthy. Be the same brother that we know, the same brother that we love to tease, the same brother that helps me when I don't feel good. And that's all we want right now. We're taking it day by day, hoping that every day he'll get a little bit better. And then what the doctor tells us, that the medication is working and his inflammation and infection are going down and he's getting better. When he was there, he was on a lot of sedation. Now he's on almost none. There are days that they have to put him back on sedation because he gets very, very agitated, and he moves a lot on those days, and they don't want him to hurt himself. They have a trach, what they call a trach. They have a tube on his throat that helps him breathe, and then they have a feeding tube that's connected, that they put in his stomach. So that's where we're at right now. It's been a month. We don't know how long this is going to take. We're praying it's going to be 100% recovery for my brother. He's going to get better. He's going to come home and be himself. And we're going to be here to help him every step of the way. So thank you if you watched this video. And if you have any information on this, please write it in the comments. Let me know. I'll be making more videos on his recovery and his process, and for him to get better soon. Bye.